Wow, look at that. We are right on time, 7 o'clock. It is Tuesday. Welcome to Marketing Made Easy. Glad to see you here. If you're here live with us, if you're here on the replay, thank you for watching the replay. Going to be talking about Marketing Made Easy. Go figure, right? So today we're going to be talking about some headline formulas. Doesn't matter where you're going to use these. You can use them in your subject lines. You can use them on your sales pages, opt-in pages. Doesn't really matter. And we're going to talk about this with my good friend, Scott Vogel. As always, let me bring him in to the fold and get this thing rocking and rolling. Scott, my man, you're there. See, we're doing this. We're here. Thank you for being here as well, man.
I love the cinematic countdown and the opening. Wonderfully timed. You're getting to be a professional at this, Joey.
Sometimes I get lucky. Sometimes I get lucky.
I don't like you were doing a plug for Copy Jumpstarter for a minute.
There you go. Copy Jumpstarter, and it was all done by Fast Video Creator, the intro. So thanks to you. So today we're talking about headline formulas, and I thought we would pull some of John Caples' famous formulas that he uses and talk about those and how you use them, and maybe give some examples, or even ask our wonderful, wonderful tribe that's watching us right now if they have anything that we can help them with by using some of these formulas. So why don't we do that? Why don't we bring up the actual list of his, how many other, 1, 2, 3, there's 6 of them there, and maybe you can choose which one you want to talk about. How's that?
Okay.
All right, so here are sorry about how the formats, but this is the only thing I can do with StreamYard. But there's self-interest, there's curiosity, there's positivity, there's need for quick and easy solutions, there's desire for believability, and then there's interest in news. Those are the formulas that John says are one of the best that he's used. So which one do you want to talk about?
I'm going to go with number 9, Alex. Let's go with the lowest hanging fruit. Need for quick, easy solutions.
All right. So this is when I've got some notes here. So I'm cheating. So I got some notes here just to get you started here, and anybody else who's watching, to get them started on what this means. Is when you suggest there's a quick and easy way to achieve something, then readers will flock to the copy. So any examples that you want to talk about, or some insight on that?
Well, let's just go with some of the basic, simple, foundational ones. How to blank in blank. How to do something in a specific period of time. The law of specificity. Mm-hmm. When you say, I'll just use it, you can create a perfectly timed music track for any video in 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Watch. You can create a landing page in 4 minutes and begin making $8 a day. And now it's the quick, easy solution. I put together some headlines that have the quick, easy solution. Again, it goes back to how to do blank in blank. Everybody, what do you search Google for? How to blank. Everything is, we are now been trained way back when, if you wanted to know how to do something, you had to go to the library. You had to open the card catalog, follow the Dewey Decimal System, go check out a bunch of books, and a week later, maybe you got the answer. Now, Google ranks websites highest if they answer questions that people are asking. Go figure.
Right.
Google did their last update, or the one before it was like, if you do waterfalls of keywords and you give people what they're searching for, then we'll put you up at the top because we want people to find your stuff. Need for quick, easy solutions. We've been talking about the quick win. We've been talking about the ROI. We've been talking about how do you give somebody a little something that they move the needle, that they make some traction. And that's why I like Need for quick, easy solutions, because in this day and age, that's what it's about, quick, easy solutions. The other ones are great. They're good headlines. They're good subheadlines. They're good bullet points. They're good formulas to use in copy.
Yeah.
A lot of these are good bullet points as well.
all of it will work. Bullet points, subject lines, doesn't really matter. I use them all over the place. If you've got a question about your product or something that you want us to maybe brainstorm with you about a headline, using any of these formulas, just put it into the chat. We'd love to help you. Monica, hey, good to see you. Nice to see you here. Thank you for the graphic, as always, that you put inside the Strategic Marketing Club. By the way, that allows me to give a plug for the group. If you are just watching us now and just joining us and you're not inside the group and you want to, gather with a whole bunch of amazing heart-centered people, that's where you go. Right on the screen there. Come to our Facebook group. Gather as well with myself and a whole bunch of great people helping each other out all the time. So let's go back to put this back in.
No, I don't want to go back to that. I want to go back before that to what you said.
Okay.
That when you talk about joining a group, Facebook is so easy to start groups, and people start groups, and people join thousands of groups. When you join a group like the Strategic Marketing Club, it's different than any other group you're ever going to join. Because of you, Joey. You are, you never cease to amaze me when you welcome people to the tribe, into the group, and they spend time answering those 6 or 7 questions.
Yeah.
You're not like, okay, great to have you here. You will go and respond to everything. We'll ask questions of them. I'll jump in at times. Just the way you do that in a free Facebook group. Forget about the fact that you go in other groups and help people. But in your group, and you're not, occasionally, yes, shameless self-promotion, you do. Great. Atlas, wonderful.
Yeah.
I want to, for anybody listening that's not been in the show, that's not part of the club, that's not part of Right Marketing Copy or Atlas or whatever program Joey's going to think of next. I have studied everybody. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in gurus, and I bought crap. Joey's the real deal. Joey,
thank you, man.
You have so much knowledge and wisdom that you deliver. And that's what I admire, respect about you. You're not all about the sale. And yeah, let's get on a discovery and a clarity call and this and close. You're like, how am I going to help these people? You started something. Sure, it's been around since the beginning of time. Read the Bible. Serve God, help others. Okay. Service. You've taken that and really applied it in a way. And I watch the testimonials from people that are like, wait a second, you mean if I show up and help people and I serve them, that I can actually grow a business this way? Instead of, how come my membership at $37 hasn't sold anything? And I run Facebook ads and it hasn't sold. And what should I do with the price? And it hasn't sold. Instead of, whoa, wait a second. I was on a call yesterday with one of the gals that I helped a while back. So she's kind of grandfathered in to my helping her. And I was on with her and I said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go interview these people and tell them you're writing an article, a blog. She doesn't know yet, but she's going to be writing a book. I haven't told her that yet. I said, how many of these 15-minute calls can you make to just ask people a couple of simple questions? What are your 3 biggest challenges you're facing right now in September of 2021 as a mom? That's it. I said, you'll get all the answers you need. You get all the languaging you need without having to spend a ton of time. And I go, how many could you do a day? She goes, 3. I said, how many days a week? She goes, 3. I said, for how many weeks? 10. I said, in 90 days, you'll know more about anybody than your audience. You will know the languaging.
Exactly.
You will have people say, how can I work with you?
Yeah.
And it goes back to the result. It's the payoff, the quick solution, which is kind of what I'm trying to bring it back full circle after I went off on Strategic Marketing.
It's okay. It's okay. The check's in the mail.
Check's in the mail. Good. Okay.
Let's go back to this. So we'll talk about these are the 6 formulas from John Caples of headline formulas, and you could use these in headlines, and you can use them opt-in pages, which is a headline still, but even in bullet, you can turn these into bullet formulas, and you can use them in subject lines as well. And if you have anything that you want to ask us regarding your copy or your business, or maybe how to use some of these, we will brainstorm with you. We'll coach you live here if you want to put it into the comments. That's what we're here for to do. So I wanted to kind of talk about, you were just talking about the first one, which was need for quick and easy solutions, which is the how to get X and Y or whatever it is.
Right.
Mine is how to grow your business in the next 90 days without ads, complex, blah, 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 right? So that leads me to the next one, which is believability. So they're kind of tied together, right? So if I said, how to grow your business in the next 90 days and make $30,000,
right?
$50,000. Is it really believable?
No.
I don't know. But if I said how to grow your business and make $1,000 in 90 days,
and
right?
maybe take it even further. How to grow your business in 90 days and make $1,000 with only an hour a day.
Yeah, but then now you're stretching it to go, is that really believable?
Well,
whereas I think the believable part is, do you believe you can grow your business in 90 days and make only like just $1,000 rather than the 100,000 or the 10,000 or the right? That's where I'm going with it. Because then the more, and it's not that it's wrong, but is it believable? I don't know. Depending on we can go down so many rabbit holes here, because depending on who we're speaking to, if we're speaking to, again, the customer levels of awareness, then we're speaking to a person who's the problem aware stage, and they haven't really gone down these other things, and they're just starting, and they're so overwhelmed, and they've been at it for whatever, and then you come in and say you can do this in an hour a day. I don't know if that's believable to them or not. And again, this is not arguing with you at all, just so we can let the market and our tribe here understand that the levels of communication and where your customer is at, where is so important as well when it comes to these things, because they're not just standard paint by number headline formulas, right?
I agree 100%, Joey. It's the audience. For example, I was reading a book over the weekend, and I wrote it down, but I can remember it. It was one of the best 4-word descriptions I've seen in a long time that summed up a dream client.
Okay.
And the sentence, I'll pull it, I'll write it down and bring it in. It was Gulfstream, mega yacht, private island crowd. Basically 4 words. Gulfstream, mega yacht, private island crowd. I don't think that we need to talk much more about who that target audience is.
Yeah.
We could probably conjure up some names in our, this guy, he's got a mega yacht, Richard Branson, and this one and that one. We've totally defined that audience. Desire for believability. If you went to that audience and put out and said, I'll show you how to make $1,000 in the next 90 days, they'd be like, if I bend over to pick up a $100 bill, I'd lose that much money.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that is classic. Petra, you're so right. Scott's on the extended tangent today. I'm usually on the tangents.
I'm glad Petra's keeping track. She's got a scorecard there.
So Bridget, ads are killing me right now. They always get rejected. So can you give us a little bit more insight on why they're getting rejected? Is it because of the copy, or maybe just give us some of your copy? Maybe we can help you out there and maybe reword some of the stuff. I can tell you, well, I'll let you first respond, and then I don't want to make assumptions yet before we see what's happening and what you got going on. How do I use this for my artwork? It's the descriptions that you use on your Instagram, that's how you would use it. So give me an idea of what you want to say to the audience, Monica, and then Scott and I will reword it for you or help you use one of these.
Joey, just as I'm reading that, curiosity comes into my head. Without even going anywhere yet, we've got those 6 and playing with them. Curiosity.
How about self-interest?
Well, self-interest, curiosity.
Yeah, because self-interest is if you do do this pattern, you could be awesome. You could look awesome. You walk down the street because she's doing clothing patterns and stuff like that, right? So it's self-interest. This will make you look better. Your friends will look at you and say, that's awesome. Where did you buy that? Well, it was all, I did it, right? So it's self-interest there. So let's talk about the self-interest. What it does is, again, I'm going to just go back to these notes very quickly. The self-interest gives the reader a reason to read, open the email, or click through to a website. So this is where, you're talking about, and I forget, it was Bridget there who talks about the Facebook ads. This is where we talk about the you get this, you will have this outcome or whatever, right? Yes? No? Scott?
I didn't know there was room for a comment here.
Okay. All right, let's go back to this. Go back to the gallery. I haven't even thought about it, but with the comments in SMC today, I want to do something with it. I don't know which comments you're talking about. I need some context there because there's a whole bunch of comments. I remember waking up this morning and my phone blew up, and with chats and messages, and it was a good thing. And I said to my wife, today's going to be one of those chat days. It's going to be one of those respond days. And literally, that's all I've been doing all day, which is so awesome, except for teaching Atlas. But other than that, it was all response. So I don't remember which one you're talking about, Monica.
Joey, I just wrote something down, and it was what you can learn from Microsoft about split testing or running successful ads.
Yeah.
That's curiosity.
Yeah.
And actually, it's Microsoft Puzzle. It's kind of like Pandora. I've got the paid Pandora, but from time to time, I'll go onto another browser and won't log into the paid because I want to see who's advertising and what they're saying. There was one great ad that ran for a long time, which we know it probably was working, was, if you can bench press your body weight, then X, Y, and Z.
Right.
That's a self-interest piece.
That's right.
If you can't bench press your body weight, then you're not even in that target audience. You're not even qualified. So I'm just kind of jumping and playing through.
That's cool. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Give yourself permission to just go for it. I used to be that person, the perfect example of a perfectionist. That keeps me away from my goals for a long time because I didn't want to do many mistakes. All the excuses were good. I blame everything. Every day I was looking at people with no qualifications or special talents saying yes to themselves and jumping and action. They're happily living out that's all I got so far there because it cuts off. And I think that's one of the copy.
What are we reading, Joey?
We're reading Bridget's copy for the Facebook ad that is being declined.
This is our ad copy.
I believe so.
Okay. First, I used to be that person. You're talking about yourself. I didn't want to. I blame. I was. I. There's a lot of I's in there, and that's a lot of copy to read. I'm curious if there's a headline here that started it out. And give yourself permission to just go for it. I'm not sure what that means. And now you're infringing on Nike. Just do it. It's kind of really close. I'd love to know what it is that Bridget is. And Monica said, Bridget, that looks like it's all about you. It needs to be more about the client. Excuse me.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing with Facebook ads, and even like Lauren is like, tell me more about the ad copy and stuff. We have to be careful with the Facebook ads because if you insinuate at all that the person you're speaking to, the reader, has a problem, it's not good. That's the reason why there's a lot of I's in it. Right. There's a lot of I was this, and I found that I showed this some clients this, and they got that result. I was also this, or that's why I always use third-party references. a lot of my clients felt this, and then now they feel this. So
Right.
you can't use you. Like when it comes to copy, the stuff that we do, Scott, like how to really pinpoint, is completely thrown out the window with Facebook. You can't do that.
Oh yeah.
So the only thing I think we need more context here as well, Bridget, but it could also be that there is an insinuation that they're not having that. There's how do I say this, Lorna? Maybe you can give me some input or help out here as well. But you can't suggest that someone is in a bad place. And the only reason I'm saying that is because, where is it here? Quality and jumping into action and flourishing. They were all excuses. I blame everything at people with no qualifications or any special talent saying yes to themselves. It's tricky. I got to read the entire context of it, but there's some key language in there that might say to the algorithm that this is saying that I'm not good enough or something like that. Am I making sense?
Yeah, you're making sense, Joey. There's probably something in here. It could be not enough time, money, experience. That's a possibility that Facebook is looking at and pulling not enough time, money, experience, qualifications as problems. And like you said, I'd like to know what the product is or the service is, what she's selling.
Yeah, see, like Lauren is saying, like anything that identifies any personal attributes, there's a whole bunch of reasons that it could have been rejected. And don't forget, Bridget, too, that it goes through the algorithm first. Like the AI does all that stuff first. I've had ads that are just simple ads that I've duplicated, and then it got rejected, and all I did was like, okay, yeah, I want a human to look at it, and then it was just like, yeah, it's totally cool, right? So just be aware of that first. So I don't know if it's continuously getting rejected, but that's one of we need to see the ad copy. I think that's part of the ad copy, Lorna, that we are seeing, but it's hard, obviously, to do an audit like that on this kind of ad copy. Come into the group, Bridget. If you're not already in the group, like blatantly, I'll promote the group. Come in there, and Lorna's in there. Actually, almost everybody here is in there, and we can even help you out better, because then we can talk back and forth there. It's harder to do it on something like this. Not that I'm trying to get away from helping you, but this is where you would go if you want to join us in there, and we can help you there. Let's
come back to the headline formulas, Joey.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Bridget, it looks like it's all about you. It needs to be more about the client. That's the tricky part, because I want everybody to understand this too, Scott, is like that with these Facebook ads, it does have to be about the clients, but you can't say a lot of yous. Are you feeling this? Are you struggling, or whatever that is? That's why the easiest way that I found is always talking about someone else,
right?
And talking about you. I was like this, and then I showed it to my client Scott, and he did this, and he found that. That's completely cool,
right?
Because we're talking about Scott, and nobody knows who Scott is,
right?
Okay, Facebook ads. What is it? Has a rule that you cannot mention personal qualities. So saying that part about no qualifications or special. So there you go. So that could be another thing. Right. The no qualifications or special talents. Like all these words, even if that's completely cool, it's the algorithm is trained to look for those special words, and it doesn't really understand it. So there just flags it and it says, no, this is no good. Meanwhile, when you get a human to look at it, it's completely different. Where is it here? Anything that's too good to be true. There you go. There's another example. Or clickbait. Yeah, or clickbait. There's another example. All right, so let's go to, I'm hoping that helped you a little bit, Bridget. If you need a little bit more clarity, please post it into the comments and we can certainly help. All right, let's go back to this. All right, back to these, Scott. Which one do you want to talk about?
Well, we've talked a little bit about the need for quick use solutions. We've talked a little bit about desire for believability. We've talked some about self-interest, a little curiosity. So that leaves positivity and interest in news.
Okay, so interest in news.
In news.
Interest in news is one of the ones I barely use, but I'll give you the note here, which is if you have something new to report, a new product or change to an old product, put that in the headline. So because I'm not releasing products every single week, I don't do anything like that.
Right.
That would be more along your line where you're doing more of this kind of stuff. So maybe you can talk to that.
Well, interest in news, again, I watch a lot of different places, and they'll tie it into something.
That's kind of where I was thinking that the news part of it is. But reading that note, it's more about the products. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. It could be relating to the product. Let's say that Tesla comes out with a new solar-powered model, and you somehow are in the energy field. You can jump off and say, Elon Musk just announced a new thingy that's going to change the way you look at driving. And you could maybe have a device that does something of that. You're playing with the news. A great one that I learned from Perry Belcher was you find a really powerful video in the news about something, and then you reverse engineer it. And you go and you do a video, and you kind of support the point and say, this X, Y, and Z, and then you go, it just so happens that Dudette, CEO of this company, actually just said the same thing. So you're taking a credible, now we're going to believability, third-party proof. It's like NASA. You can go buy studies from NASA that pretty much prove anything.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what I'll do there in that context is I'll say something like what Richard Branson taught me.
Right.
Right. And that's insinuating or piqued interest that, did he talk to Richard Branson right? But I didn't say that. But it's like, well, I did learn it from Richard Branson. I just didn't tell you that I learned it from YouTube watching them, right?
And it's earlier what I learned from Microsoft about split testing ads.
But that's different because it's like it's Microsoft. But if you said Bill Gates, that's even right. What I learned from Bill Gates about whatever, you're like, does he know Bill Gates? And that is curiosity.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's jumping off of borrowing credibility from somebody. That's something I use all the time.
Yeah.
Which is totally not with the news thing, because I was along the lines of what you were just saying, where I always understood it as take a current news event, turn it into something where you could spin it, and because people are talking about it, it's like, well, let me see that, and then it relates to your product or whatever it is that you're doing.
The beauty about what we have at our fingertips is you can pretty much search the internet for a product or a product line and find something that was in a newspaper, on a blog, on a website, that you could quote the source as, so-and-so came out and said this thing about this. And then you go play with that one. Give me one for positivity. What does it say about positivity, Joey?
So the note here is avoid headlines that only present a gloomy outlook. If you lead with negativity, end with a positive angle. So that's one. That's basically my go-to all the time, right? It's like I start off with negativity. I'm trying to get out of that loop because of the stuff that we did with Joe Vitale, or I forget who it was. Forget the fear thingy and start right with positivity. But in this case, it's are you losing thousands of dollars every month? Well, I could show you how to get your product up and running in 90 days without complex ads, right? Just join Atlas. There you go, done. So you start off with the shoot, I'm doing this thing. It's killing me, but I'm going to give you the solution.
Well, again, are you sick and tired of struggling and wasting money on coaches and programs and courses and bright, shiny objects that have gotten you nowhere but deeper in debt? Atlas is the answer.
Well, it's also, I think what he's talking about here is where it kind of leads. I think everything almost leads into curiosity. But if you started a headline that says, why your business is going to go bankrupt in the next 30 days. Right. And you just left it there.
Yeah.
It's like, that's dark and gloomy. There's no positive in the headline. So it would be, and this sucks, but it would be, why your business is going to go bankrupt in 30 days and what to do about it. Like, at least I'm ending off with, hey, there's a solution, and that copy sucks, but you know what I mean? That's what we're saying is, like, don't just use the doom and gloom thing and stop it there. Have a positive outlook to it.
Well, the chairman of the Fed just announced this that could destroy your portfolio, but it's okay. We got the solution for you.
Exactly. So you have curiosity there, and you have the news thingy or whatever they're going on, and you say, but we've got the solution. Everything's all good. You probably heard this, but everything's good. Just keep reading, right? Or keep watching.
Positivity is, to me, the easiest piece, because it's about the end result, the future state, the benefit, the advantage, the solution. By just saying, you can have this by doing this.
I've always had a problem or challenge with it, only because I've always been stick the knife in, you turn it, twist it, and all that kind of, and just grew up with that type of copy. And sometimes it's a challenge for me, I got to admit, and even though I do know what the outcome is, it's like, okay, how do I spin this? So I'm always learning.
Yeah, Joey, it's interesting because you know that in the last year, I probably launched something every 2 to 3 weeks at least. I don't know if I launched 25, 28 things in the last year, and I play with it constantly, and it's never the same thing. It could just be the benefit. It could just be, and it was interesting in yoga the other day. The teacher we were in Savasana, and she was saying that in life you need some level of pain in order to appreciate the pleasure.
Of course,
we were talking about. Obviously, we do that all day. It was just hearing it from a different lens of, I go in that room twice today, actually, at 105 degrees, and it's a struggle. It's pain because I'm constantly challenging myself so that when I do something like this, there's pure pleasure. When I interact with people, when I do what I do, it's just pure pleasure. And when I need to get the flip side of it, it's kind of like, how can we experience the upper limit of being unless we've kind of hit bottom and seen what it is down there? If we just had it great from the get-go, but you look at some very wealthy people who grew up with a silver spoon and maids, servants, Learjets, boats, and then one day they run across some situation where this person doesn't have a nickel to their name and can't eat, and they're baffled, they're dumbfounded. They're like, how is this even possible that a human being could live like this? I believe we have to. You and I have talked many times. We've been in the mud, in the muck, in the quicksand.
Gosh, man, the reason is 2 years ago for me.
We've been underwater, struggling, and it's not about that. It's about, how do you get to the end?
Yeah. I want to invite, if you have a question regarding marketing your business, growing it, even if it's the headline formulas we're talking about here, you want us to help you, please put them in the comments. We're here to help you and answer your questions. Maybe you've got some feedback. Maybe you can teach us something. I'm sure you can with your experience in growing your business. It would be awesome to learn from you. Just put it in the comments. And if you like what we're doing here, please give us a shout, give us a thumbs up or a heart or something like that, or maybe even share it with your tribe. That would really let Facebook, and we are broadcasting, by the way, everywhere on LinkedIn. How you doing, LinkedIn? We're on YouTube. Hello, YouTubers. We're on Periscope. We are all across Facebook on all my channels. So this is amazing that we're broadcasting to all these places all at one time. So thank you for being here live. Thank you for being here on the replay. This is amazing. And hopefully we are serving you. So just let us know, and let Facebook and all the other channels know that we're doing a good job, because then it lets us serve more heart-centered people like you and I.
Joey, every week it asks me if I want to share this with the official Kajabi group, and I'm always tempted to share it.
Yeah, thank you. Then I'll get kicked out.
Well, actually, no, they kicked me out, and I've already been in Facebook jail once.
Right.
A couple of years ago during the Impact Summit for Kajabi, I had interviewed Ann Hodges on our mastermind, and I took all the questions we asked, and I broke them into individual videos, and I kept posting them. It was right during the Kajabi Summit.
Oh.
And Jay Cron basically said, shut them off. When Ann's at the summit, people are going, you're Ann Hodges. I just saw your video, and it was amazing. And they put us in Facebook jail, and Jay Cron came on, and then one of my buddies was doing it. They put him in Facebook jail.
Nice
anyway,
job.
We digress. So, yes, it would put one of us in Facebook jail, and I don't want to do that again.
So let's go back to, these are the John Caples. If you're just joining us right now, these are John Caples' headline formulas, the 6 headline formulas that he says are awesome, and I believe him. They are self-interest, they are curiosity, positivity, the need for quick solutions, there's a desire for believability, or sorry, did I mince that? Desire for believability, yeah, okay, and interest in news. Those are the 6 headline formulas, and if you want us to help you out or maybe explain them a little bit more for you, for your specific business, let us know, put it in the comments, and we can help you design maybe a headline or two for whatever it is that you're trying to promote, to serve. If there's a landing page that you're doing right now, put it in, tell us what you're doing, and then maybe we can put something together for you right now. So which ones are what's your default to go to?
My default, quick, easy solution. That's my default.
Cool.
Because to me, that's what it's about. That's what I want people to, I want to break through what's going on right now in their world. I want to interrupt the conversation, and then I want to join it. And for me, the easiest way to do that I found is a quick, easy solution.
Yeah. I also was reading, as doing the research for this, or a little bit of prep for this, from David Ogilvy, and he says that when you put a headline in quotes, it increases the readability, or whatever it is. I forget the percentage. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go look what it was.
While you're looking, Joey, one of Caples' most famous headlines is, they laughed when I sat down at the piano.
Yeah.
But when I started to play, and then he left it. I modeled that headline years ago. I was hired by a network marketing company. They were at $5 million a year. We had to take them to $50 million. And there was this network marketing news thing. And I think I rewrote it and said, they laughed when I quit my pizza delivery job. But when I started to, whatever it was this young kid who just became a multimillionaire, like really fast. And he was a Domino's pizza delivery driver. So this is a curiosity headline. It's
that one headline has got to be the most modeled ever.
Oh, yeah.
Besides the one-legged golfer.
One-legged golfer.
From John Carlton.
Carlton, yeah.
Right? Those two are the most modeled ever, in my opinion.
Joey, there was an article I found a while back. It was the 100 best history's 100 best headlines.
Yeah.
And I took and I broke every single one of them down as to why it worked and what made it so good. And I'm sure a lot of this is in there. I'll have to find it and get it to you.
Yeah, it's in everywhere. I've got. I mean, if I pull my Evernote, I can tell you what they are. But so I do have the data here, and what David Ogilvy says is that headlines in quotation marks increase recall by 28%.
Wow.
That's huge. Increases recall. So that's huge. And Lorna wants some help here. I could use a headline for the next beta bootcamp. It's for people who have launched a course or membership and want more success than they've had. Okay. More success than they had. And it's a training and implementation bootcamp. 12 days is what I'm planning. At the end, they will have everything they need to launch upwards to a 5-figure launch. Okay. Okay, so let's play with this, Scott. Words. in 12 days. Okay, so one. Okay, what do you got, man?
First thing I got is your launch wasn't what you had hoped for. That was just first off of my head, because launched more success. I want to stay away from more success, because that's just, I think, a little too hype and the credibility piece. But if I was to talk to them, I would basically say your launch wasn't as successful as you'd hoped, right?
So I wrote down quickly, get the 5-figure launch formula in the next 12 days. Now, is that believability or not? Do you believe it's going to happen? More students, more revenue, more profit. So we have curiosity. So let's do this. Self-interest, which is what? Let's do a self-interest one. What do you got, Lorna? Can you tell us what you have? And then we can play with that one too.
12 days to relaunch a 5-figure membership or course.
That's cool.
Yeah, that takes the whole thing. I might play off the 12 days of Christmas with this one.
See, 12 days to relaunch and get a 5-figure
course or membership, whatever.
And relaunch to 5 figures.
Yeah.
12 days to relaunch to 5 figures.
Yeah.
Or how to relaunch to 5 figures in 12 days.
Yes, there you go. That's got a few of those in there. That's got, there is the believability piece, but that's where subheads and copy come in. There is the definite self-interest piece. There's the results piece in there. There's the positivity. There's a lot in there.
The how-to is awesome. You like that one? The only thing that I don't like about that I just said there, Lorna, is like how to relaunch to 5 figures in 12 days insinuates I'm going to get 5 figures in 12 days. That's the only thing I don't like about it. We got to play with that. Wouldn't you say the same thing, Scott? Like, isn't that?
Yeah, it is. Because then I'd be like, in 12 days, I'm going to be 5 figures. Yeah, I'm going to make 90 grand in 12 days. Or maybe it's 12 days, the 12-day relaunch to a 5-figure. How to relaunch your thingy in 12 days.
Lorna, do you have to have the 5 figures in there?
I'm guessing our target audience has launched a course or a membership and they've done okay, but they haven't hit 5 figures.
Yeah, and we talked about this. Remember when we were brainstorming Atlas, and I was talking about, well, what are they going to get from it? And like the end result was not, okay, you're going to make X amount of dollars. The end result was you're going to finally have a program that is hopefully launched within the next 90 days and got paid for that thing, no matter if it's whatever the number. There wasn't any number of what you're getting money for. So the promise was something that is doable. And if they make money, it's even better. But I'm not promising that they're going to make X amount of money. 5 figures doesn't have to be there. Wait, let's do the in order. It's more knowledge in 12 days. I'll add the 4 weeks of implementation so it can relaunch in 6 weeks. Okay, that we don't need. Those are the details that don't need to be there, in my mind. 5 figures does not have to be in there. I'd be more comfortable Not talking money. So how can we, like Scott, like how can we put it in there that even if we do talk about 5 figures, how can we put it in there that it's not saying you're going to make 5 figures? But that's why I said in the first one, it's more like get the 5-figure launch formula. So you're promising at the end of 12 weeks, you will know how to launch to make 5 figures. You will know how to relaunch and fix the problem so you're on your way to 5 figures. That's basically what I want to say. How do we make that into a awesome headline?
I want to go back to yours, Joey, the 5-figure launch formula. How to relaunch your course or membership in 12 days. I like the 5-figure launch formula with the subhead, how to relaunch your course or membership.
Well, wouldn't you put in so maybe we could start off with the positivity one where it's like the doomy outlook one, and you say how to fix your failed launch in 12 days and on your way to a 5-figure business with the right formula. Not that copy, but you know what I mean? It's like how to fix your failed launch and learn the 5-figure formula in 12 days. That would be it. Like learn the 5-figure formula you're missing in 12 days.
How to fix your failed launch in 12 days and be on your way to a 5-figure program.
Right. That's the kind of the end part of it.
Yeah.
Just keep just keep taking.
What's that?
Just keep, or she's either, I think she said just keep talking or taking, or she's so she just.
I like how to fix your failed launch in 12 days and be on your way to a 5-figure whatever course, program, membership.
Yeah. So, is this helping, Lorna? And then anybody else, if you want us to help brainstorm yours, just put it in there. Talking, yeah, that's what we thought. Okay, cool. I hope you're writing all these down, Lorna, because I'm just scribbling all over the place. I'll never be able to put all this stuff.
I like the 12 days of relaunch.
The 12 days of relaunch.
Yeah, playing on the 12 days of Christmas. And then she could actually do a 12 email sequence and play with, on the first day of training, my true love said, whatever. What?
remember before the call you said I want what you're smoking, dude.
Yeah.
Like I want what you're smoking now.
Hey.
Yeah. So
on the first day of relaunch, my true love said to me,
how to relaunch your X in 12 days and get you on the path to 5 figures. That's kind of where I was leaning toward. But Kay's agreeing with you. She loves your 12 days of Christmas thing.
Thank you, Kay. It'll work too. Everybody knows the 12 days of Christmas. They will read.
What's this? I'm out walking, so the replay is on my to-do list. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you're walking.
Yeah, we spend all this time and you're out walking. I'm going to take a walk. That's it.
12 days is good. All right, there you go. This is awesome.
Here we go. Okay, la 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 la.
There you go.
The day of relaunch, my true love gave to me the email sequence I needed. On the 10th day of relaunch, Lorna gave to me something.
Yeah, I think it's the 5-figure launch formula of some kind. The promise really, Lorna, is that you're giving somebody the tools and the missing pieces that they didn't have before that will move them towards a 5-figure launch. It's not that they're going to get it at the end of your cohort. That's the thing.
So it needs to be the 5-figure relaunch formula, not launch.
Right, relaunch formula.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. Just looking at it now and playing with it. Because everybody else has a launch formula, but she's got the relaunch formula. The relaunch formula I like it.
How about, we can go on and on, dude. Like, we can play with this all night. Fix your launch in 12 days and on the way that's 5 figures. Something like fix your launch in 12 days.
The basics are in everything we're playing with. 5 figures,
Or
12 days, relaunch, failed. Okay, you ready, Joey?
Yep.
Give me a headline with self-interest based on this.
Hang on. Shoot, I just lost it. I was on. Okay, so say that again.
Give me a self-interest headline using 5-figure, 12 days, relaunch, failed. Give me one.
It was the first one that I gave you, which was get the 5-figure relaunch formula in the next 12 days and fix your business or something like that. Or fix your failed launch and get the 5-figure relaunch formula. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Curiosity.
And it's self-interest. You're going to get this out of it. You're going to get the 5-figure relaunch formula. There you go. Yep. 5-figure relaunch formula.
Yep.
There you go. Scott, it's a gift that I give you to join my walk. I do too. The 12 days. I might borrow that one. Scott, see, you're ripping it.
I want to see you do a 12 days with all your stuff.
Yeah.
On the 7th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a pattern that I could do easily in 10 minutes.
You're a poet and don't even know it.
5 golden needles. Anyway.
All right. That was good. So anybody else have one that you want to brainstorm with us?
And I'll send you some of what I'm smoking, Joey.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Every Tuesday, this is what we do. So we're talking about John Caples, the 5 formulas that work best, which are self-interest, and that is give the reader a reason to read, open the email, or click through to a website. It's all about them. You're going to get this. The curiosity is don't use curiosity on its own just to provoke the reader. Use it in combination with self-interest and or news. So because I did that, those are the clickbaits I think that Lorna was talking about before too. The curiosity ones that everybody does, like, hey, is this you? Yeah. Open up, right? Like, or open up, you need to see this. Why? Right? And that's curiosity, but it's also clickbait and all this stuff. So use it in combination with self-interest. Open up because the formula inside will help you make 5 figures,
right?
Type of thing, right? Positivity. Avoid headlines that only present a gloomy outlook. If you lead with negativity, end with a positive angle. Example, Scott?
Lead with positivity. You can get more dream clients than you ever imagined before by simply joining Atlas.
Well, how about the other way now? If you lead with negativity, end with positivity.
Oh, I didn't know I was leading with negativity.
Yeah, that's what it says. The positivity one is avoid, which is great. The one you just great is a good example. But now give them another example of leading.
You're tired of struggling and trying everything and nothing works, and you've wasted tons of money, then Atlas is for you. In only 90 days, you'll be up and running with your dream business with your dream clients.
Cool. Need for quick and easy solutions. When you can suggest there's a quick and easy way to achieve something, readers flock to the copy. Scott.
This one's too easy.
I know. That's why I want to give it to you.
Make a perfectly timed music track for any video in under 72 seconds. Watch here. Click. Done. That's it. Quick, easy solution.
Nice. I love it. Desire for believability. The headline must be believable. Don't use a headline that promises how to make money sitting on a beach. Promise them to show them how to make an extra $1,000 in 30 days. Like, it's got to be believable. Like 30 days, $1,000. That's believable. If they got the right formula.
Believability. If you broke that one down, and you're looking at $50 a day if you worked 5 days a week. So
Right.
basically, you can earn $1,000 in 30 days by working 5 days a week and putting in X number of hours a day. And I can be like, okay, if I put in 2 hours a day, that's 40 hours. I should be able to make $1,000 in 40 hours. That's $25 an hour. That's believable.
Well, even when I'm teaching them in Atlas how to make $100,000 business, working only doing 4 cohorts a year,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe when you kind of hear it from the outside in. But then when I break it down and say it's only 15 people per quarter at $1,500 each, it's like, holy crap, I didn't know it's that easy. And you're only focusing on 60 or 65 people a year rather than the 65,000 people to put through the funnel to go through the blah, blah, blah to try to get to. Dude, just focus on the 60 people and you got $100,000 business.
Deadline
Right?
funnel and the cart closing sequence. Don't forget all that, Joey.
Okay. The interest in news, which is if you have something new to report, or let me actually put these back up so you can see the 6 formulas. If you have something new to report, a new product or change to an old product, put that in the headline. And that's perfect for you too, man, because you're doing that all the time. You've got new updates to your products, you're adding new additions to it every week, right? This is a really good one for you because the interest is to your audience. Well, I've already got that. This is brand new. Or to the audience that hasn't got it. Oh my God, this is brand new. He's added this thing to it now. I want to go buy it.
Yeah.
Correct?
I just opened up Edge on one of my monitors, and I'm just looking at what they're running for ads. And if I look at something and say, okay, Costco, these popular meats sold at Costco are being recalled. Obviously, that's curiosity headlines. But if I wanted to play with that, interested news, Costco recalls these meats. This is why you should listen to what we have to say. This is why the organic or the grass-fed alternative is for you. I just jumped on Costco, and they're like, oh, so Costco's recalling meats. Maybe I should think about going with a grass-fed local organic product. And I'm just looking at headlines. Let's see. Want to speak Spanish before December? That's nothing I'm going to play with. What's coming to Disney Plus in October 2021? Have you heard Disney's current release?
Yeah.
Or Disney just did this. Eric Clapton sings "Enough Is Enough" on a protest song.
You know what? As you were talking there, here's another angle for the Costco thing and the beef, because just to give an example, would be the positivity and ending with negativity, which is why grass-fed beef is better as Costco goes through another recall of beef or something like that.
Yep.
As Costco recalls another load of beef or something like that.
Yeah. California wildfire forces thousands to flee South Lake Tahoe.
Yeah. And what are you on again? What site?
I just opened up Edge to a blank tab, which just displays all the news.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling down and pulling up stuff that's news that, Boeing 777 jets grounded until faulty engine design. Well, that's why when we design our stuff, we make sure that blah, 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 blah. So we don't ever get into a situation like Boeing. I'm borrowing credibility from a news thing, and I could play it any way I want.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the great ways, if you're not going to use just these, I mean, these are the formulas, but the greatest copywriters in the world know all these formulas too. And if you really want to hack, there's a million hacks of getting your own headlines. And for the longest time, I have been going to Cosmopolitan and using that. And because they got the best copywriters in the world, some of the best copywriters in the world, and it's so easy. And I have a subscription to Cosmopolitan. And then as soon as the issue comes in, I'm scanning through looking at all the headlines because they're basically all on the front cover. And now I've got a whole doc of that.
Joey, just look at the news feed on any search engine, Yahoo.
Yeah, right.
They've got the news of the day, and they're paying the best copywriters to write that.
Yep.
I'll go look at Yahoo from time to time. I just looked at Edge. I'll look at Bing and just play with them. Like I said, there are times when I do Microsoft crossword puzzle, and in the bottom right, they're always spinning ads, and I've copied them, and I have a whole file of them. Chuck Norris is giving advice on something. I'm like, Chuck Norris is a karate dude and an actor. I could care less. But guess what? There's a whole tribe of people who are like, oh my God, I got to know what Chuck Norris is saying about this, because I think Chuck Norris is like the best. They know their own.
Also, yeah, but I mean, you could take that headline, okay, and swap out Chuck Norris for Scott Vogel.
Yep.
You're the face of the company, and the email says Scott Vogel is giving advice on Fast Video Creator, on this one thing on Fast Video Creator, and they're like, if they know you, that's what you do. That's how you use those type of formulas. It doesn't mean, I want to just be clear for everybody who's listening that they don't have to just use that Chuck Norris thing, but just swap it out and use something else, because is giving advice on is awesome.
Joey, along this line, when I first created the course called 170 fill-in-the-blank headlines, I had taken all these headlines we're talking about, and I figured out what part of that headline could somebody replace.
Yeah.
And it was a fill-in-the-blank where you had to go and write it in. And after giving it to a lot of people, I realized that they didn't have what it took even to fill in the simple things. Fill in the problem here, fill in the benefit here, fill in the enemy here, fill in the whatever it was here, fill in the end result. And that's why I had Copy Jumpstart built, was so that you answered 9 questions with your product, with your feature, with your benefit, with the problem, with the enemy, all the things. And when you click the button, you get 387 headlines that have been populated with that, so that you don't have to do that. It's the same thing we're talking about. I just automated it. You can look at any headline.
That's a brilliant program. I mean, if nobody has that, I'd totally look into that. I mean, I love that program. It's great.
I was going to open it up and just run it, but we'd be here all night because there's so many of the good ones.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about looking at these 6 ones, and guess what, Joey? You got to test them. You got to play with them. You can't just say, okay, I'm only going to do the positivity one, because the audience might respond better to the credibility one or to the results one. It's constant test, split testing, subject lines, headlines, everything. We know that.
Yep, for sure. Well, there you go, my friends. Another Tuesday night. It is Tuesday night. Yeah,
it is.
All messed up, man. Join us in the club, Marketing Club, the Strategic Marketing Club. If you're not already part of that Facebook group, it is free. Scott and I are in there all the time. Thank you for the link there, Angel. This is where you get Copy Jumpstarter if you do want to get it. And we're in there every single, not there, we're in the Facebook group, Scott and I, to help you out if you were there. And a good small group of heart-centered entrepreneurs. Great tribe. Love to have you there too. Did you want to say something, Scott, about this?
Oh, I'm good, Joey. I was just, I didn't see your message that you wanted me to turn my volume down now.
That was like way at the beginning. All right, cool, man. Thank you so much. And we will see you guys next week. On Tuesdays, we are here every single Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for watching on the replay. We love you. Become part of our tribe if you're not part of the tribe. It's amazing and awesome humans. We'd love to have you there. Talk to you soon.